Hello, I'm Henry, here for Chaos TV, and I'm joined by John Beek, who's going to be telling us more about the Armed Forces community here in Plymouth. Thank you for having a little bit of a chat with myself today. So, tell me more, I'm going to say it now and I'm going to say it once, about the Defence Employer Recognition Scheme.
Yeah, so I'll make it easier for you. The ERS Awards, as we call them. So the Employer Recognition Scheme rewards UK employers for their support to the defence community in their employment, typically. So it's a three-tiered award scheme, cunningly bronze, silver and gold. Bronze recognises a business or an employer organisation's intent to support defence people. Mm-hmm. The silver awards recognises those businesses who demonstrate support, and then gold is recognising and rewarding those businesses who advocate others to get involved and to support as well. Intent to support is generally measured by the fact that an organisation has signed up to the Armed Forces Covenant, and I know we'll talk about that in a second. The demonstration of support that's required at silver is a business minded to employ ex-service personnel, service spouses, understand what it means to have a reservist on the payroll, or support cadets or cadet force adult volunteers, all those people angles. So have they got processes and policies in place that enable them to recruit from those portions of the Armed Forces community and then support them in that employment? And I think particularly from CTEC's perspective, when encouraging businesses to employ veterans or ex-service personnel, it's what avenues are you deliberately seeking those people from, but is there an understanding of the transferable skills that they bring with them and the translation of a military CV into employer English and not writing somebody off because you don't understand the military experience that they bring. And then gold is about advocacy. So the kind of work that CTEC's doing at the moment by getting a load of other businesses in the room to say, yeah, we're interested in supporting defence people or employing people from the Armed Forces community, encouraging other businesses to do that activity. It starts to go into the
it gets the ball rolling like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So is there an eligibility, or can any business sign up for this?
Any business, any size, any sector, and when we talk about business, actually it could be a charity, it could be a partnership, it could be a community group.
So it really is.
So it really is.
The floor's open to everybody like that. So tell me more about the Armed Forces Covenant. I find it really interesting and really important, as well as businesses and like you say other groups can get that message across of support.
Yeah, absolutely. The Armed Forces Covenant is the pledge that says this is how we do things, or the fact that we as an organisation are armed forces friendly, and this is how we demonstrate it. So there's two core principles of the Armed Forces Covenant. The first is that nobody in the Armed Forces community should face disadvantage in the provision of public or commercial services. And you would think, well, why would they? But quite often it's inadvertent disadvantage. So it's making sure that there is no disadvantage. And secondly, sometimes, and the Covenant words it that they should be assisted, but it's really about, well, they should be advantaged. But that would be in specific circumstances, particularly those who've been wounded, injured, sick or bereaved as a result of their service. So two core principles apply to any organisation signing up to the Armed Forces Covenant. But then there's a bunch of options below that go through those different parts of the Armed Forces community. So it's would you employ ex-service people? Would you employ service spouses? Would you employ and support a reservist or reservists on the payroll? Would you support cadets and cadet force adult volunteers? Equally, there's some additional options within the covenant that say, have you got a product or service that you want to advertise to the defence community through something called the Defence Discount Service? It doesn't have to be through Defence Discount Service, but it could just be something you do locally. But there is an MOD recognised Armed Forces buying club, if you like, that's Defence Discount. And the 100 or so thousand members of the defence community that are part of the Defence Discount Service will quite often check before they buy something, well, who recognises and supports the Armed Forces, and who's going to give me a little bit of a discount or a good deal. So if a business has a product or service that they wish to advertise free of charge, they can get involved in that. Or of course, the last time I was here and I spoke, it was around Armed Forces Day. Would a business wish to get involved in Armed Forces Day and just show its support in whatever way it can? The councils are encouraged to literally fly the flag, so raise a flag on their buildings on the Monday of Armed Forces Week. But there's social media activity all the way through Armed Forces Week and particularly Armed Forces Day. So if a business can do nothing else, just get involved in the conversation on social media and use the right hashtags, hashtag salute our forces or hashtag for our forces, just to get involved in that conversation and show that you're a supportive business.
So if you were talking to an employer now and you're telling them the benefits of employing somebody from the armed forces community, what would you say to them there and then?
Transferable skills is the really short message. I think, like lots of little pockets of the community in general, there are skill sets, qualities, traits, experiences that the armed forces community will bring with them that other parts of the community may not, and might not be easily accessible. So the whole point in getting involved in the Armed Forces Covenant and supporting defence people and getting involved in this is just about us being able to open the door and introduce you to the right bodies, groups, organisations that can facilitate some of this, some of these introductions and to enable you to access talent pools. That's what it's about.
It's those connections, and again, it's that shared experience and that shared knowledge as well, isn't it? As part of the covenant, you've got that wealth of access of that knowledge behind them, everybody there.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for chatting with myself today, John. It's been
Pleasure.
great to speak to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me.